So this episode is for my family, but also for everyone who's watching me. In the past couple of years, I've used many times my family as an example of the lessons that I've learned, but most of the times I'm talking about the things that my family taught me in terms of mistakes, in terms of what I've learned not to do versus what to do. And sometimes it can be perceived as judgmental. It can be perceived as something that's not really in alignment with the person that I truly want to be. So this episode is lessons that I've learned from my family. So let's start with my father. My father is just an incredible human. He taught me about integrity, and I really appreciate all the lessons when it comes to just showing up no matter what. Showing up that it doesn't matter if you've done a mistake, you haven't done a mistake, but you still show up and you still try again and again and again. The persistence, the resiliency. He's boasted many times to me that he's never changed his cell phone number because he knows that people from 10 years, 20 years ago might be able to call him and he will be there for them, because it's super powerful to understand the value of your own brand, the value of prolonging your ideas, why you stand for other people in the long term. So that's a really powerful lesson that if anyone wants to share or create a powerful lesson for themselves, that's the first one that I would share. The next one goes back into being resourceful, and this is both my mom and my dad, because they've taught me how to be resourceful. There's many opportunities in the world and you just have to go find for them, and the most important thing is that you give the best attitude and you don't look back and just let circumstances happen to you, but you make circumstances, and how you react to the circumstances, it was important. So in my case, on my dad, he's been super good at just pivoting from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. If this thing isn't working, I'm gonna start another thing. If this thing isn't working, I'm gonna start another thing on the side. And whereas I don't necessarily agree with just changing so fast, I do agree in the ability to just think on other things outside of the box than just your first target to achieve that first target. So it's super important for you to really understand, okay, this thing that you want in your life, okay, it's not happening right now, but what am I going to do in the meantime until that happens? How can I take all of the resources that I have, my attention, my energy, my resources, my money, my aliveness, my communication skills, and how can I leverage that until I build the future that I truly want? With my mother, it's so powerful because she's taught me the value of heart, the value of persistence, the value of doing things with the heart, with love. She stayed for hours on end when she was creating her vegan products until midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, so she could sell these products to the world the next day. And they were so delicious, they were so well done. And she taught me when she was trying to build out these little things that are made from like garbanzo beans or lentils, there was this detail of just making them really good but also really fast. And it taught me about speed, it taught me about work ethic, it taught me about just reaching to the goals day in and day out. It doesn't matter if it was a weekend, it doesn't matter if it was 5 in the morning, it doesn't matter if you had to carry big boxes all over the city to just put in a food fair and just give someone the experience. Because the moment when someone tried the food on the other side, they were so grateful, they were so happy, and my mom was filled with love from that. And besides, it was so freaking delicious. So those are powerful lessons that I've learned so far from them. Also, well, my mom allowed me to go throughout the bullying phase, because I was bullied when I was little. So she also taught me about self-confidence and not letting anyone tell you who you can or cannot be. So she supported us no matter what. Of course, she would question us, but it was always in the matter of, okay, is this truly what you want to do? Why do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? and she taught us this self-belief. So she always said she wanted to be a dancer, she decided to be a dancer. She wanted to be a psychologist, she became a psychologist. And she's been crafting this life little by little. And now we teach each other certain things in lives, because I'm at a level right now where she admires me, but I still admire her with all of the love that she's been creating. With my dad, I truly love that. Even though this was a bit harsh, but he would always have this little detail of, it's not quite perfect, or you could do better. Like, you could do better, you could do better. And now I'm realizing that, yes, like that level of detail, that level of minutiosity or excellence in the details that he was asking from me, which probably could have been done better, because I felt offended and I felt that nothing was ever good enough. But on the backside, I strive to do better. I strive to beat his standards and try to do it better. And that allowed me to reach right now where I have my standards of having my light, having my backlight, and having a good idea of what I wanted to create in the world, because he guided me into being detailed in the life. And the final lesson that both taught me is to be passionate. If you want to do something in life, don't half-ass it. Just go all in, do it with passion, do it with care, actually give a fuck of what you're doing, because most people in the world just tick boxes and tick the boxes and clock in and clock out, not thinking about what's gonna happen in the future. But you have to have a vision, you have to have a dream, you want to go out there. And bonus lesson is entrepreneurship. They were both entrepreneurs, they always wanted to be their own bosses, and that has taught me also to be more entrepreneurial. That's why I have an agency, that's why I've generated over $350,000 in the past 3 years or 2.5 years, which is amazing and a blessing. But it's also thanks to them. I wouldn't be here without them. So, mommy, daddy, gracias. Gracias por todo. Les amo, y incluso a veces cuando diga pendejadas, sé que me tienen en su corazón. For the rest of you, what have been lessons that your parents have taught you? Drop it in the comments below. See you in the next video.